All right, so it says we're live. So welcome back, everybody. It is November the 12th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you're watching this back later, by all means, leave a comment. We'll respond to you. But often we'll see people that assume that we're live, watching back later and trying to make live comments. And we just want to let you know we're not being rude and skipping over you. We're just probably in bed or something. And of course, let's play the Can You See Us and Can You Hear Us game that we play every single week. Hopefully you can hear us okay. I've got a fan going in the background, even though it's windy and chilly outside. You can see, obviously, we're inside today. It's still a little warm in this attic up here in my office because our insulation is so good. So I've got a fan running. If y'all can hear it, we can cut it down and reduce some of the noise. But these little mics do an excellent job right here. What else was I going to say? Something else I was just about to hit on. So quite a few people, Mr. Jimmy and a few others asked about the shirt from Adam. I thought I had caught everybody up, but big thanks to Adam and Crystal who designed our Kelly's Country Life family shirt. Well, brought up the idea.
Yeah.
Tiffany designed it. Crystal brought the idea, and Adam started throwing money at the thing, so to speak, and was like, start getting them out to your moderators and a few other people and stuff there. So a huge shout out and thank you to them for doing that right there. So let's go ahead and catch a few comments. Sorry, yeah, I guess we should go ahead and let everybody know no cooking tonight. So hopefully we'll make this as entertaining as we can. So we had a very, very busy weekend this weekend. Friday started our first of many Thanksgiving get-togethers. Yes, already this early. I feel like my family's and our family's the ones that put, Christmas decorations out to her early, and everybody's like, "What on earth are you doing?" Well, we do that with get-togethers because we literally have such big families. We'll have multiple get-togethers, and you have to space them out weekend after weekend after weekend. I got to think about it. We're literally going to have get-togethers of some sort.
Oh yeah.
All the way through and including January.
Yes, we
It's
are
like
going to
this.
be busy.
It's like this every single year.
Yes.
So I am pooped. We traveled and had a big get-together Friday. We had a big get-together here yesterday.
Friday, ate too much yesterday.
Too much yesterday, and we have just been poopers today. And you've been knocking out a lot of chores today. I've been relatively lazy today.
So I've been cooking and cleaning the last 2 days, and I'm done. For the weekend.
So no cooking tonight because we have a refrigerator full of all kinds of leftovers from smoked Boston butt and all those sides and desserts.
So we figured if we weren't cooking tonight, we'll just come up here because it's windy and a little chilly. So yeah.
So here we are, hanging out in the office, the boring old office, and I'm losing my voice for some reason. I don't know what the heck's going on here. So Dustin says, hey, that caught my attention. Hope your day is going well. And today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday there, Dustin.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to wet my whistle. So everybody said they could see and hear us just fine. Oh man, I knew this one was coming up. Michael says, Bat Houses. He's pulling the duty for Mr. Donald.
I mean, people got to stay, on you on the list, I guess.
I know. Thank y'all for staying on the list. Nope, not this week, y'all. This has been a wild, crazy week. We've had too much going on. Yeah. I haven't got the chores knocked out that I wanted to this week and little projects. And this coming up week, I'm probably going to get a little behind because they're calling for a bunch of weather this week, which we'll gladly take. I cannot remember the last time we've had a rain. It's so dry and dangerous around here. I am so worried about fires, and they're calling for potential rain Tuesday for sure, Wednesday, and potentially Thursday. So I'm really looking forward to that. But that also means like I was going to jump on some solar this week for the shop and a few other things. Some of that may be impacted by this weather out here. So we'll just find other stuff to do. Excuse me. And Miss Lee wants to know about the mani-pedi. That did not happen this week either with everything else we've had going on.
He's blaming it on me that I didn't book it yet.
You have booked it. You've booked it
well,
three times.
I mean, right now. I haven't booked it right now. That's why you haven't.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, I don't know no mani-pedi shops. I'm depending on her to book it. Okay. She has already booked it 3 times and fell through and got canceled on. So I'm leaving it up to her to find the place and do the booking. Not like I know these joints, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's hard to pull him away from everything. He's been so busy, but yes, we got to find time for that.
Last week was crazy, finishing up the little shop shed and then all the getting ready for the get-togethers, traveling Friday. And then this week we got the weather and everything else we're dealing with, plus some other projects I have got to get off my list. And then, like I said, for the rest of the year, we literally have get-togethers. I think every single week, all these random days, we have it's just always something. It's either a birthday or it's a Thanksgiving or a Christmas or a shower or something. And you got a little girls trip coming up here or a girl get hangout coming up here before long. So it's just so much stuff planned this time of year. Holy smokes.
Excuses,
Right.
HR, Miss Lee says.
Oh yeah, I know. Hey, I got all them excuses. So Sarah says, Tiffany, you're looking so thin. Andrew's working you hard.
Well, maybe it's the angle of the camera.
Well, I don't
because I've been eating too much.
So what does that mean? I look fat? Well, I don't look thin? What? Oh, come on, Sarah.
She wasn't complimenting you.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, he's worked me a little bit, but not much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I haven't worked you as much as I thought we were going to. So I think you've got some nice little breaks here lately.
Yeah.
Some of the projects just have been kind of little
about to be
oddball
working
stuff.
me hard. We got a lot coming up that we'll be working hard on for sure.
We got big projects for the rest of this year. Actually,
just
going
trying to
through
tie
next
up
spring.
a lot of stuff around here, and then we're going to get into a lot more.
Yep. So we are. I hate to say it this way. Probably going to have some, just bland, basic, almost a little boring content, the day-to-day stuff that we kind of typically post. But we're going to start moving into more projects and more DIY stuff and more building and some stuff that I really think people want to see. That's for sure. So how are the chickens doing? Asked Kathy. They are doing just fine, other than we still are not getting our eggs.
We didn't have any today.
No eggs today.
No eggs today.
Wow, that's really bad. So it's probably this time of year, lack of sunlight, the weather, and our babies just still aren't producing. Otherwise, I'm probably going to try swapping their feed up and see if that helps. We're giving them a lot of extra stuff, so I don't know what the heck's going on. But we notice in the summertime and spring, we get a whole lot more eggs in winter, and that's probably a normal thing. Y'all can let us know. It's our first year with chickens, so we really don't know about all the seasons and what all that does to the chickens. But my gut says it's probably a time of the year thing right there. There was another one. Okay, Andrew and Sankey. That was the question I was wanting to catch there. Are we still voting on the name for the tree shade?
Oh,
tree
yeah.
Shade. So, yep, and I
about
should
that.
have slipped that in today's video, but I edited that video a couple of days ago. That would have been really good to have slipped in there if I'd have thought about that. So I would say we'd do it on the live, but let's do it on a video because more people watch the video. Let me edit one up this week. Yeah, I still think I want to do that because I actually want to put a plaque or an emblem out there or either laser something.
You got a list we can write it down on?
Yeah. Oh, I got plenty of lists. That don't mean I'm going to get nothing done. I always got lists. All right. So we'll just put shed name.
Oh, I like that, Mr. Jimmy. The Kelley Shack.
All right. So yeah, we'll slip that in a video this week. One that I haven't already. See, the problem is I'm actually a few videos ahead for once. So it'd have to be one that I'm recording tomorrow or the next day, which will probably be more toward the end of the week before I announce that. But I definitely want to do a little contest for that so I can get something hanging up out there and we can start knowing what to call it from video to video. So Danny says, you have worked so hard for it. Why is that YouTube button not on the wall? Well, that would be because that's yet another project.
Not a project.
I don't want to just hang that on the wall, though. I was thinking about it earlier. I still have plans to custom build me a desk up here. I want to do some custom shelving, and I'm not exactly sure of the layout. I think I'm going to leave the desk close to where it's at, but I'm not sure yet until I get to building. That's some of the fun projects that I really want to do. Before I start punching holes in the wall, sticking screws everywhere, I would like to know that I've got shelving where I want it to be. I'd rather something like that sit on a shelf, so to speak, than just start sticking holes on the drywall. I kind of don't like hanging stuff and doing stuff like that. And I'm really looking forward to building my own table. If I can get past these big projects, y'all, that's what I'm really wanting to get back into doing. A bunch of welding projects, woodworking projects, fun stuff. But I got to get my shop cleaned up and knock out 2 really big projects. It's going to have some DIY fun stuff in it like that before I can kind of relax, tone down. Like I haven't been able to do the fun little, ice maker builds and fun stuff like that pretty much since the house build started. I've been nonstop one-man show on all this big stuff, and it just takes so much time to knock all this stuff out. But we're heading there. We're absolutely heading there. So let's see what else we got going here. I am so far behind as usual. Yeah, now Mr. Jimmy's getting on to me about the play button, and I'm definitely far behind. We're just got to cherry pick some comments. I apologize for that, especially if some of y'all are new. By the way, let us know if you're new. It's your first live you ever caught. Typically, we just hang out, chat, do a little cooking.
Yeah,
we're just
not
not doing no cooking tonight. So Chris says, I think Tiffany should do the mani-pedi on me herself and do it on the live stream. Do you have any idea how to do a mani-pedi?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
I do it to myself all the time.
Oh, well, then
because I'm cheap.
Well, then mani-pedi me. I like that idea, Chris, because we can book that appointment at any time. And no, she's not painting my toenails.
I'm gonna get the drill out and sand your heels.
So you're gonna
We'll
do
get
me
that
like
one
you
and
do
just-
Ruger and Bullet,
Yeah.
grinding stuff
Yeah,
off.
because I give them petties all the time.
Yeah, our dogs get
Yeah.
mani-pedis. I guess that's what I'm looking at. She buys these little special tools that's out there grinding and I don't know, making funny noises, and the dogs won't even look at it. They're looking away like, oh, goodness gracious. So that may be an idea. I'll have to run by her off camera.
No, I think you should have to go to a salon.
Okay, see, there it is. That's
Yeah.
why I said I better ask her off camera because it may be that, no, you're going somewhere. So, see here in Northwest Florida, boys. So when I was a kid, family from both sides celebrate holidays together at once for like 3 days. Wow. I mean, I can see a lot of families killing themselves being stuck together for 3 days, especially from two different sides. Come on.
That's how Andrew feels.
That's the world we live in. He says only 296 people. I don't know how y'all pulled that off.
Gosh.
We used to have family reunions every single year, and that's kind of fell away as you lose grandparents and things happen that kind of holds the family together.
Mm-hmm.
And we never even remotely had a fraction of that many people.
Yeah, our family reunions were probably 3 to 4 days long.
Yeah, that's right. They were.
Mm-hmm.
Ours are about 3 to 4 hours long back when we had them, and they kind of slipped away a few years ago. Holy smokes. Yeah. Where the heck did y'all do that at? I mean, it would have to be at a hotel. Like, there's not enough rooms. Everybody pitch a tent in the yard. Like that ain't gonna work here with our little 1-bedroom house. That's for sure. Man, goodness, everybody's getting on to me about putting that play button on the wall. When I find a spot and build me a shelf, I'll do it. So Robert says, excellent video on the tiller versus disc. Thank you. Spent quite a bit of time making that, trying to really think through for anybody that might be, purchasing some of that stuff. Obviously, tractors and equipment's a huge part of our lifestyle and our channel, and we'll always make content on that. I got a lot of tractor work coming up that I actually need to do to kind of wrap up for wintertime. All my trails got to be mowed. Me and Tiffany's been talking about all the limbs that we got to go get out. We still have some trails that aren't open from the hurricane. We got a lot of chipping and mowing and grapple work and all kinds of stuff to do. So glad you're enjoying the tractor videos. So Robert says it's definitely the lack of sunlight for the chickens, and they take anywhere from 6 to 8 months to start laying. And we just hit like this past week 6 months since the babies were hatched. So it's probably just not time. Now, what's probably going to happen is we're going to roll into spring, not having many eggs all winter long, and then we're going to wind up with a day that we've got like 6 or 7 eggs. And
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I know, but we have a few of those days we're going to be tossing them off on some friends and family.
That's okay.
Yeah, I know, because we've been taking everybody's forever. We'll give some back. All right. Oh man, I am so far behind because I remember you talking about Mr. Jimmy's comment about 10 minutes ago. All right, yeah, everybody's telling me the shorter the days. So, Mr. Gray, thank you so very much for
thank you, Mr. Gray.
Always thinking of us, always so kind, always reaching out to us on Patreon and everything else. Like Mr. Gray reaches out to us a lot. Thank you so much for a very generous donation. Says the fence fund. That is one gigantic project I got coming up, but we've got other ones definitely slated ahead of that because that's a huge project. 10 acres to fence in, want a cross fence, and then you've got all the expense with it. Then you got the cows. If I'm going to go through all the trouble doing fencing, we might as well wait till we're ready to throw the cows right in there, which I'm looking forward to. That means less pasture mowing. I've already got enough other property to mow, so I cannot wait for the cows to mow for me. So there's Kimberly, always, I say, from New Zealand, because that's one of my bucket list places I want to go. And she says, partner and stepdaughter here. And it's Monday, which always blows my mind. It is Sunday here, Monday there.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I know. It says busy time. So thank you so much, Kimberly. Very much appreciated.
Yes, enjoy your family.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy that time. 'Tis the season for everybody. Let's see here. Oh, Lauren says, how is the fence going when we see the cows? See, I was just talking about it. I'm so behind, and y'all are already nailing my subject right there. Going to be a little bit extremely expensive and very time-consuming project there. So we do have some fence work coming up and a very fun project, not just cattle fencing. That'll be very soon. Do some custom DIY stuff in a really fun project we're looking forward to. Got another really big fun landscaping project coming that's like nothing you've probably seen, definitely not on this channel. And I've got to finish up all the solar stuff out of the shop. Got to do all the solar over here on this shop. Oh, my blood pressure's going up.
I know every time he starts talking about his list, it's just like
And
overwhelming.
I literally lay in bed at night adding to my list and then moving stuff around based on priority add to it. And I promise you there's probably 40 plus projects on my list right now. That's okay. Never run out of things to do, right? So how are we enjoying the pool? We are not, but Ruger is loving the pool. Ruger's in the pool every day, multiple times a day.
Too cold for us.
Yeah.
Even though we've had some warm days, no.
Yeah, we had a couple 80-degree days, and that did not warm the pool up at all. And now it's done drop back today. We had the cold front come through. It's supposed to stay chilly all week, rainy. It's supposed to be pretty nasty, but nope, we haven't been in the pool in a while. When we had all the 40-degree days, it knocked the pool way down, and it has never recovered. Now Ruger could care less. I was out there the other morning. I texted her. It was 9:15 in the morning. I got my jacket on, doing some work. I look over and Ruger's doing laps around the pool at 9:15 in the morning, and I think it was like 46 degrees. I was like, this dog's absolutely crazy, but he loves it. He loves it. All right. Yeah, I know. Excuse. Man, I sure am far behind. I'm echoing back 5 minutes ago what you said. All right, let's scroll on down to catch a few more here. So, a few people talking to each other. Yep, everybody keeps asking about the bat houses. Didn't get to it this week. Too much going on. I will say maybe I can get to it this week, but I ain't gonna lie to you. We'll just see. It'll happen when it happens. And man, it should have done happen because we have got mosquitoes coming out of the woodwork, and we do need to attract some more bats. So Michael says the door out behind Tiffany looks like a great spot. A great spot. A great. Oh, you mean to hang something on?
Yeah, I guess right here.
Yeah.
They're talking about.
Oh yeah, well over there, that way, that door probably. Nah, I think I want to do some shelving over here. What you can't see off camera is, I think the way I'm gonna build and probably rearrange the desk, I'm gonna do some wood shelving on the wall. This is kind of where I wish I had a sawmill or something for some of these fun like shelf projects and bed frames and other stuff that I want to build. Maybe eventually we're gonna get one on the channel. And I kind of would like to do a live edge shelf or something wood and steel, because what you can't even really see on camera either is all this beautiful pine above us. We got the big steel beam right behind you on camera, and I want to really still stick with that kind of black and wood thing. That's what I want to build the table out of as well. That's gonna be a fun build whenever I can find time to get to it.
Yeah, because you even talked about like mountain monitors on the wall too.
Actually, I already done bought the mount to do that, so was to do a bigger computer.
Oh, they already did.
Oh, okay.
That was a question. When's the next podcast? And I almost thought about doing it today, but Andrew needed a relaxing day today. What?
You didn't need one?
I did a lot of chores today.
I know, but you didn't need one. You could have taken the time.
But he needed to relax, so I let him relax today, and I didn't bring it up.
Oh, thank you. And it's very rare I do what I did today, but after 2 days of traveling, and I went to bed, I think at 12:30 last night, went to bed at 12:30 the night before. All the company that you've had traveling, oh man, I still feel absolutely out of it.
And they're gone, freezing up.
I
don't know. Let us know if y'all can still see us and hear us.
Hopefully we can.
Sound's gone. Some people are saying we're good. Some people say we're not.
That's very interesting.
Did someone turn off my TV? Just refresh and they'll come back.
That's very interesting.
Okay, so some are saying that it's fine and some are saying it's not. So
y'all let us know. I don't know what to do. I'm showing full
Okay,
Wi-Fi.
You're back. Working good here. I see and hear y'all. Okay, maybe it was just like a little glitch.
I don't know. Full Wi-Fi right here. Everything was good.
Sometimes it might be on y'all's end, but if not, just
not if it's that many people.
Just refresh and come back in.
Well, we'll just keep rolling until they lose us. But I see that you're working just fine. Oh, you know what? I'll turn off. I think I still got Wi-Fi on my phone just in case I got some clashing issues going on up here. But everything looks perfect on the computer.
Okay, they all refresh, so they're good. Okay.
All
right. Sorry about that.
It happens. I don't know what to say. We've always got some sort of
gremlin.
Technical gremlin. Okay, so what happened to your big log splitter? Did you get rid of it to get the 3-point splitter? No, the big log splitter is mine. I'll always have it. The 3-point splitter is not mine. So the owner of that company, Mr. Larry, American CLS right there, he asked me. So once we started talking a while back about the big animal splitter that I have and which one I was going to get and working out the details to ship it and all that good stuff, we got to talking about me having a social media channel. And he was like, well, would you be willing to demo one of my tractor units? I was like, well, of course. I mean, making content is what I do for a living. I'm certain my viewers would love to see a tractor splitter because y'all have asked about them before. Now, me personally, I want a gasoline splitter. I don't want the hours on my tractor. Some people argue the exact opposite. If I buy the tractor, I want to put the hours on it. I want to use it. I want to get my money's worth. I'm completely fine with both points. But yeah, I was being dead serious when I said the tractor splitter is not mine. Don't own it. If he decides to leave it here, woo, great. But that's not the deal. It's supposed to be for me to demo, however long he wants to show it off. I may actually even be allowed to do some modifications to it, like build a stand for it and other stuff. He's kind of giving me free reign to do that, and we'll include y'all on that right there. But I don't personally need 2 log splitters, and that big animal is the one that I knew was for me. I want hydraulic wedges and a higher production machine. So my big splitter is actually going to be coming back out this week. We got so much rain on the forecast. I'm thinking if I can get some logs quickly underneath the barn, I may split on some of these rainy days right here.
That would be a good rainy
Yeah,
day project.
yeah, at least it'll feel great. I
Yeah.
can still be productive, but no, I still have that splitter. That's my personal splitter. I'll always have it. And the tractor one is not mine, but I'll run it as long as I can. It's worth making content. Y'all are interested in seeing it, and as long as Mr. Larry leaves it down here for me to demo. Let's see what else we got going on here. And I will be running it on the both smaller tractors. I mean the electric tractor, because I had a bunch of people ask that.
Requested
A lot of
that.
people did. I think just out of genuine curiosity. Plus, I'm kind of curious, what's it going to sound like? Yeah, the electric tractor still makes noise, but it's so much quieter. I'm kind of curious how wood's going to sound going through a splitter, hearing the crack and everything, and it's almost silent, if you know what I mean. Yeah, there's still some noise, but y'all must be curious as well, because that was a big, big request. So when are we going to get a sawmill? Good question. Not necessarily in the budget right now, because I've got so many welding projects and other stuff coming up. I'm about to drop a chunk of change on some steel that has finally dropped. I mean, to reasonable levels, like almost pre-COVID levels. I've been waiting on steel to drop for years, y'all, and I've been holding off on some projects. So I think we're going to invest in that, try to make some really cool videos on the channel, try to get some views, build some cool stuff for us as well. So our money's probably going to go toward that. Sawmill will have to come just a little bit later. I really wish I had one. I need to be cutting wood, I need to be letting it dry, because I've got some really fun wood projects I want to do, but I can't just go out and get every single little thing I want. Now, if some company like, Wood Mines or somebody, hey, if you watch this, you want to demo on the property, send it on. We'll demo it. But I haven't pursued anybody. Nobody's reached out to me, and we're just not ready to purchase one just yet because of, well, financial reasons. I did scroll down to make sure everybody can see us. Let me just jump back up and catch a few of these random comments here. So Glenn says, bro, cows drink lots of water. You're really going to need to put in a pond. I really do think I need about a 5-acre pond for them cows. I like your thinking. I've already got water troughs. We'll definitely have water troughs for them. But I think we should have a fishing pond.
I don't know. Well, our idea was not to have one out there, a pond out there.
No, it wasn't. But I think if we were to put a big 5-acre pond in and allow them access to it, it would be a win-win. We just got to come up with about $1 million to put a 5-acre pond in.
Yeah.
Y'all got that laying around for us? I would love to do one of those Bama bass ponds, but yeah, I don't know if he ever said the cost of that thing, but I think it was going to be $1 million plus. I was like, oh my goodness, it's beautiful, but I ain't got that kind of money.
No.
So Kathy said, yay for your 40 projects. At least you're, going to basically get 40 videos for sure. Some of these projects are so big, there'll be a part 1, 2, and 3. You'll get more than
a whole
40
playlist.
Videos.
Yeah.
How about that? Mike says he got an 8-point yesterday. Congratulations.
Nice.
I've only been hunting once. Hopefully, well, no, not with the rain and stuff this week. I mean, I guess I'd go sit in the box blind, but I planted my plots a few weeks ago. Actually, I've been holding on to those videos. I'll probably go ahead and release a couple of them this week. And no germination, no nothing. Powder keg dry here, as dry as I've seen it in a long time. I don't even have food plots to hunt over. No rain, no nothing. Like, I realistically can't remember the last rain we had.
It's been a very long time.
Month and a half longer.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember. It's just crazy. So hopefully that happens this week, and we get enough warm weather behind it to germinate this stuff and take off. Otherwise, I may not have a plot at all this year. Which, yes, I can go hunt in the trees and everywhere else. But congratulations, Mike. I need to get out and get me one. Put a little more meat in the freezer myself. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, so Northwest Florida boy said it was beds head to toe for those 296 people in tents. I was joking about the tents. You being for real. Someone bring their tow behind trailers, booth set up. Y'all had a fair.
My gracious.
Y'all had a fair going on or a carnival.
A carnival.
Yeah, he said neighbors everywhere. Oh my goodness. Yeah, y'all did pretty much have a family carnival there.
And he said he's also about to start his journey in Brantford.
No, that's not
Oh,
Northwest
not the
Florida boy.
Oh, okay. A
No.
different one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oops, my bad.
No, and now what was his name? I'll see it. Big Wave. That's Big Wave,
Yes.
Florida.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I
That's
got
all
the
right.
names wrong.
It's the Florida. We got two different Florida people here in the name, and it's kind of hard keeping up with several thousand people, if you know what I mean. Doing my best right there. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. So thank you, Crystal, for reminding everybody. Hit the thumbs up if you like the live streams, like content and videos. I don't say this enough, but it realistically does help get exposure. And right now, YouTube as a whole is down. Like every channel I follow and talk to, except one channel, down. Views are down, income's down. Everything is just down. It's just a weird time of year. Typically, we do pretty well this time of year, and it might have a lot to do with people going back to work after COVID and people aren't home watching anymore. But the way this algorithm thing works, and I don't ever talk about it, and I probably should. Whenever you actually interact with us, comments, likes, thumbs up, views, that's the big one. It really does make a difference and helps get this thing promoted and pushed. So thank you so much, Crystal, for bringing that up. And thank you for everybody that watches us, shares us, likes it, and all that stuff. It really does help. All right, see, I just finally made it down to the we're freezing up, we can't hear you stuff. See, I would have been talking for 10 minutes and I could have lost everybody. That's why I like that you read ahead. So Mr. and Miss Hammer, y'all done tied the knot? Thought y'all was getting married next year or something.
They're getting ready.
Okay. Well, all right, that's cool. But I was just wondering if they don't went ahead and slipped out and maybe eloped on us or something. But they said, how's Mav? I have not talked with Mav's wife this week to get any update. But last week it wasn't good. So y'all please keep Mav and his wife and family in your prayers. He's still in a coma and unresponsive as far as I know.
And how is Hammer doing?
Yeah. How about you?
Let us know.
How about you, Hammer? Seem like you're always making a run for the hospital there. Hopefully you're home well. I don't know if we're talking to Gloria or Hammer right there.
I think we're talking to Gloria. It seemed like that's who we were talking
All right. Well, hopefully Hammer's in the room and dodging the hospital this week. That'd be great. All right. Let's see what else we got. Whoa, it just shot me way down there. Let's go catch up a couple more. All right. Everybody else still saying we're okay, right? I'm still going through all the you're freezing up. We can't hear you. You ain't seeing more
no, we're good. We're good.
What on earth are you talking about, Glenn? Who the heck is Pookie and Ray Ray?
What?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Where's it at?
He says, you do need two log splitters and Pookie and Ray Ray. I don't know, maybe it's a nickname for somebody to split that 1,000 cords of wood you have there. Well, I don't have 1,000 cords.
Names?
No, I'm almost thinking Pookie and Ray Ray might be Chris and Cash, or whether it's some sitcom or something name that I'm not familiar with. But Pookie and Ray Ray sounds like Chris and Cash to me. Sounds like really good nicknames for them right there. 1,000 cords. We got no 1,000 cords here. You know that. Now, Robert wants to know how many cords of wood have you split since you're getting your log splitter? Probably only about 3 cords. And I've got another probably 15 plus down there ready to be cut up and split. And then I can go pull whatever I want out of the woods for the rest of the winter. Honestly, you can go to my mom and dad to pull whatever I want. I could do 100 cords this year if I wanted to. I'm not going to have time this year for 100, but my ultimate goal is to get somewhere between 20 to 30 cords. That way we're covered next year, and then we have quite a few cords that we can sell, and that also gives me wood that I can start trying to do specialty woods with. I can resplit it down to smaller bundle size pieces. I can play around with some smoking and cooking wood, which I really want to get into. That's a big part of us getting power out there in that shed. I got some cool stuff coming for that. Excuse me. The reason we're only at 3 cords is because I kind of hit y'all with a lot of splitting videos. Decided to take a couple weeks off from that, get you some fresh content out. And I had to jump into other projects. We have the shed that we need to do. I need to get power and stuff out there. Probably going to slip back into a little bit of splitting this week. But once I get the shed kind of wrapped up and everything done out there, then we're going back into splitting full force. And I'll occasionally jump off as we get into some other projects here. Let me guess, Chris. Guess what?
No, Glenn's response. Yeah.
I'm sure I'll make it to it in about 27 minutes. And speaking of, we're talking about Cash. He ain't on tonight.
Oh, yeah, he's missing an action.
Yeah, he texted me a while ago. He is helping a neighbor actually split firewood. It's an older veteran, I think, that uses it for actually heating their home, and it's something they really desire and need.
Nice of him.
Yep. So he's down there helping them right now. So Kelly's outdoor video. Well, here's the thing. We had our first dove shoot yesterday, and I started recording, and I don't think I have gotten any content that's worth making a video out of it.
Yeah.
So here's the problem.
And that's just the chance you take.
It is. So Ruger got to fetch his first 2 dove yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So just 2 dove. So we had our big annual dove shoot yesterday, a month late because Dove never showed up, and we had our cookout, and we invited some friends and family over. We kept it small because we just wasn't sure what was going to happen, to be honest with you. Last time we had a big crowd here, nothing flew in, nothing happened, and it was embarrassing to me. We had quite a bit of dove come in yesterday, a lot actually. Problem is they all come in with this cold front and 60-mile-an-hour winds, and the dove were going 60 miles an hour, and they were all a mile high, zigzagging
and
in. Skittish. You can tell they've been shot at for the last month and a half. So needless to say, we all shot probably 150, 200 shells, and I think we got about nine dove, but we had a blast. We really did, and I'm glad the birds showed up, but they were so skittish they wouldn't light. They were high as ducks, fly fast as ducks.
Plus, we got to introduce Ruger.
Yeah,
a little
that was
bit
the fun thing.
Yeah,
so I wasn't recording. I had to come back up the house, brought my gun with me, and I wasn't recording when I shot my first dove, and it fell down out in the pines. And I was able to sick Ruger on it. And I told him, all I said was dead bird. And he just kind of looked at me. And I said, go find it. Nose to the ground, out there doing his thing. It's out there buried in the pine straw. It took him a little bit to find it. I could see it. And I just stood back and kind of was directing him as best I could. And when he finally found it, it was pretty awesome. I wish I had my camera on and been recording it. He didn't really know what to do. And he couldn't figure out why feathers were sticking to his tongue. He was doing that game right there, just like, what?
Yeah, he was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this.
No, he didn't. But we still congratulated him. Good boy. And then Tiffany got another one down. And I took him in the woods with me. It wasn't nothing in a clean field.
I couldn't find it. So I was like, bring him in the woods and try to find it.
You were also dove hunting in shorts.
I was.
And we got sand spurs and briars everywhere out there.
It was hot when it started out yesterday, and I'm a diva about
So needless to say, when one goes in the woods, I get volunteered the guy with boots and jeans, dress smart, and have to go out there and get it. But Ruger did really good on that one. He actually mouthed it, carried it out, and did a little bit more of a retrieve, even though he kind of didn't really want to let it go, didn't chew it up, soft mouthed it, did really good. So we carried him back to the ranger, and he dropped it.
I got a picture. I'll show y'all.
All right. We gave him a treat. So that's all I wanted out of yesterday. I wanted everybody else to kind of have a good time, good food, but I just wanted Ruger to get after his first dove, and it was absolutely awesome.
All right. Let's see if y'all can see.
Zoom in right here. Let's do that. I don't know if it'll show.
I don't know if it'll show.
It's probably not going to focus. Let me get out of the way. There it goes.
So we tried to get a picture.
Yeah. We didn't get a good one. Every time you tell him, look at the camera, he'll just do everything but look at the camera. But it was an awesome time yesterday. That's all I wanted, was him to get out there and get his first little taste and experience. He loved it. Needless to say, before the shoot was even over, he was already on the ground, about passed out. He did so much running, and he did really, really well. I thought he was going to be a crackhead, is what I call him, because he normally is in the afternoons when it's nice and cool and there's so much going on. But he sat beside me, didn't wander off much, didn't go.
He was
he
very
didn't go
good.
chasing nothing whenever you shot, just right there excited, but listened very, very well. So I couldn't have been more pleased. Couldn't have been more pleased. Okay, well, that was a lot of talking about Ruger, wasn't it? So Glenn says 1 acre pond stacked with catfish is doable. Yes, that's much more reasonable as far as money and all goes. We're going to get a pond on the property eventually. It's one of those things that's so expensive and has to be done right. It seems like everybody that does a pond winds up with a leak. They have to dig them up. They're money pits. I I can't justify one right now. We can't justify one. We got so much money that needs to go to more important things like fencing and cows and other stuff. But I would love to have a pond on the property. Maybe one day I get a big excavator and I can play and make a series out of it or something like that. But
One day.
yeah, one day. There's a lot to a pond, that's for sure. So Kathy, you're dead on the money. She says thoughts are just fine for cows, but I hope you get goats first, though, since they are better size wise and don't eat their heads off like cattle. That is our actual plan, to
Yes.
start with a small shelter added onto our big barn, a smaller fenced in area, goats, and then continue to fence on out for cattle. So that is our absolute plan, and we can ease into that financially a whole lot better than fencing in 10 acres and going and buying several.
Yes, we want it
pairs of
bad, but
cows.
we are definitely trying to save for it and get some of
Yeah.
these other projects out of the way, and then we'll be ready eventually.
Too much projects, not enough money, not enough time, as they always say. That's where we're at right now. So Krista says, why does a pond cost so much? Isn't it a matter of just digging it? No, it is not. So it will not hold water. And you have, first of all, depending on your area you dig, you may have to go get it completely engineered, surveyed. Army Corps engineers may have to get involved to make sure it doesn't disturb water flows and wetland habitats and all that stuff before you're even given permission to dig. And then if you don't have enough clay in your soil, which we got minor clay here, we don't have enough to hold water. If you just dig a hole, water is just going to go right through our sand and it's gone. So either then you have to put a specialty liner in the pond, or you have to haul in tons upon tons of dump truck loads of clay. Then you got to have heavy equipment here to pack it. You've got to build a dam and dig a trench and pack that in so water can't get through. You've got to grade everything perfectly. You got to make sure there's proper runoffs. Like it's a quite involved process.
Yeah,
it really is. And there's so much heavy equipment involved in pulling this off. It's just very expensive to have crews out here running that big stuff, hauling it in. You're paying for the equipment, you're paying for the diesel, and you're paying for the operators every day. So you're talking big money per day, and it takes quite a while to build some of these ponds. So, yeah, there's a heck of a lot of expense to it. So, come to think of it, I haven't seen your fishing videos. Do you still have a boat? Will you ever fish again? Good question. Believe it or not, we go out on a boat a lot, especially in the summer and spring. But that's kind of our private time. We usually go out and just relax, hang out with friends, grill out, cook. It's not stuff that's really worth recording, so to speak. And it's usually the one day off we give ourselves to not record, kind of get away from work. But we don't usually fish on those days. But we go out on a boat a lot. We really do. We're water babies. We just don't include it. I did not get into the fishing this year like I thought I would.
Yeah.
Like I went once. Absolutely sad. I have no excuses
Well,
other than I work too
your
much.
GPS. Well, wait, your what is it called?
Well, we just tried to go offshore fishing, and you're
Yes.
right. And my GPS, my Garmin, that's got all my numbers in it that you gotta have to know where you're going out there in the middle of nowhere. That did die. I got another one in, so that ruined our last fishing trip. But we did record that boating trip because we just decided to go to the beach that day, a private island, and kind of boat around. So we do go a lot. We just don't include it on the channel. We just don't fish a lot. We need to fish more. But now we're going into, well, winter time. So it'll be fires, hanging out, family get-togethers, cookouts, and a little bit of hunting. It's kind of what I do this time of year. Our fish really shut down here when it gets cold, at least freshwater. Saltwater's still pretty good. So the dogs are doing perfectly fine. Ruger had him a big day yesterday. Bullet's still just the old man he is.
Happy on the couch.
Happy on the couch in the AC, or today he's out there just shivering.
Oh yeah, he does not like the cold.
Yeah, now that the temperature dropped dramatically. It was hot yesterday, cold and windy today, overcast, and we've tried to get him on the porch playing with Ruger before the live stream and to eat because he likes eating out of Ruger's bowl for some reason. He couldn't control himself. He's just shaking, and it's not even really that cold, y'all. But he's got to be in the perfect set temperature. If it's not 72 to 78, he ain't happy. But he's doing really well. And we talked about the chickens a minute ago, but in case you missed it, they're doing just fine. We're just waiting on some eggs. We need more eggs. That's all. Okay, let's scroll on down here. So Mr. Jimmy said, remember cameraman Ron in your prayers. He's in ICU, needs lots of prayers. That's correct. Wow. That's correct. So he's got another big channel, well, moderate sized channel on Facebook and YouTube. And I know a lot of people watching. Daniel Arms went and did a lot of stuff with him. Yeah, he's been in ICU for quite a while. Could definitely use your thoughts and prayers. There's a lot of people struggling with some stuff right now. I certainly hate to hear it. Okay. So what do I like best? Stick welder or MIG welder? Oh, MIG welder all day long. Make it's much easier to use, makes beautiful welds. Just love MIG welder. However, there's certain applications where stick welders a must. Rusty old farm equipment, painted equipment, greasy stuff, oily stuff that a MIG really doesn't like. So I say you need both. But if you're just doing general fab work and trying to stick a couple pieces together, make some cool projects, stuff like that, MIG is absolutely the way to go. And I love using my MIG welder. And I started out stick welding for years and I thought I loved that. Oh no, not compared to MIG. It's super easy to do. Let's see here. So Gloria said they did get married due to personal
Oh,
issues. We won't jump
congratulations.
in any of that. And Hammer is home. Well, congratulations, y'all.
Yes.
Congratulations. So we won't dig into no more of that. And happy to hear that Hammer's home. Anna says I always thumbs up, even watch all those 15-second commercials. Hey, I try
Oh,
not I try
wow.
not to stick many of them in there. But I'm not getting all notifications. So, Anna, speaking of that, a lot of people been struggling lately with people getting unsubscribed. That's happening across the platform completely, not just our channel. But if you go down beneath the video, even the live stream video, click on subscribe. Don't forget, I never tell people this either because I hate asking people to subscribe or do stuff. It just doesn't sound good in a video, so to speak. But if you'll click on that bell and click all notifications, usually it'll notify you of everything. However, I have noticed that the YouTube algorithm, even if you've turned on all notifications and you're subscribed, say you quit watching us for a little bit or you quit responding to notifications when they notify you, which is perfectly fine. There may be another channel that you've got into for a while or some projects that you want to watch somewhere else. Well, the algorithm sees that and will quit actually recommending us when a video shows up, and it'll recommend those other things that seem to be of interest to you, because the algorithm's whole thing is to find content it thinks you want to watch and to get you to watch. That's just the way it works. I wish if you subscribed and clicked all that it would truly give you all, and for the
Right.
most part it does, but that thing's doing its best to say, hey, Anna has watched this for a while, cooking videos or whatever. She's been watching this channel over here a lot. That's the notifications that we're going to give her. It's kind of weird the way all that stuff works, but there's not really a whole lot I can do about it. I will say, everybody keep checking to see if you're subscribed to us, because I get people all the time, hey, noticed you hadn't been posting in a while and I realized I was unsubscribed. Happens to me too on channels I watch. I don't know what's going on in the background. Obviously, there's a computer program that's going to looking for like spammers or fake accounts or something, and you'll see sometimes it'll do a mass deletion of accounts and all and unsubscribe people. Then you got to find us again. So nothing I can really do about that, but I hate to see it. Let's see here. So Trinity Farms says we've been enjoying the home build series, trying to settle on a home plan on our future build here in Tennessee. And I've learned a lot from you. Big thanks. So
Oh,
detailed on
great.
everything. Oh, I'm definitely detailed. Can't
Overdue is what he does.
yeah, I can't argue. Well, other than the shed today, everybody says shed out there, the wood shed. I knew everybody was gonna be like, why weren't you building it for a tornado and whatever? It's just old cheap shed out
Yeah,
there.
for once he kind of,
I
took
just
it easy.
yeah, I did take it easy because I'm trying to really save some money for these other big projects that we got coming, and I was trying to use up the majority of everything that we had. That's why it's the size it is and built the way it is. It's just to keep a few tools out of the rain.
Yeah, it's just a woodshed. So
So yeah, so we jumped off of Trinity's comment right there. First of all, glad you enjoyed the series. I documented it because it's what I was doing at the time, and I really wanted to share it. I haven't seen nobody else document a house build like I have. 200 and something videos. I tried to go in code and everything else to help people because at the time I was learning all that. I had no idea. I was reaching out to anybody that would give me advice. I was reading code, reaching out to some viewers that were contractors or electricians or plumbers. Help, what do I do? Is this correct? Reaching out to my inspectors, and I was trying to regurgitate all of that. And yeah, it was a lot of talking and very detailed, but I figured those people like you that would find it helpful. So
awesome.
happy you're watching that back. And for the people that did enjoy the house build, don't forget several hundred videos on there. If you ever get bored of wood splitting videos, we still got over 1,000 videos on the channel you can go back and check out, including some good DIY projects that never caught on and people never seen, like some really cool welding projects. And also, don't forget to go back and look through our older videos. Okay. Oh, Glenn says Pookie and Ray Ray's just common names of hands to help. That's how far behind I am again, by the way.
Yeah, real
Okay.
far.
I thought, a lot of y'all talk on the side. You know, we always say this is our family, and I was seriously thinking that Glenn and maybe Cash or somebody had been talking, and that was like their legit nicknames that I didn't know. It sure sounds right. I'm gonna start calling Cash Pookie and Chris Ray Ray. I think that's what I'm gonna start. I like it. Thanks, Glenn.
So which one's gonna? Well, let me guess. Which one's gonna be Pookie?
I just said it.
I know, but which one out of the two?
I just said it. I
Oh,
said
did I
Cash
miss
is
it?
gonna be Pookie.
Oh, is he?
Chris
Oh,
is gonna
okay.
be
Sorry,
Ray Ray.
I wasn't even listening to you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
I wanted to bring up these shirts. If in case y'all haven't seen them, here's Andrew's shirt here that we just posted in the store. So if anybody wants the TKCL family shirt,
And we actually made these shirts because of Miss Crystal. She requested it for our family, and Adam sent me an email and was like, "Hey, I want you to do something, make those shirts happen." He made a very generous donation, said, "Start mailing them out to your moderators and some other people." And we've literally mailed out quite a few shirts this past week to some people that we really wanted to have some. So yeah, now we got it sitting in our little merch store, which we don't ever push merch, but we talk about on the live stream. Excuse me, because y'all been asking for it.
and y'all are our family.
Y'all all are family. And we got more shirts coming that y'all have been asking for. We finally got our button gear, and we've got another one in production coming down to look at. Another one.
Have you messed with the other one anymore?
I have
since
not.
I started it.
I have not. So we
Okay.
need to finish that one up. So we got multiple designs we're working on that y'all been asking for forever. I'm trying to catch a couple more. God, I'm so far behind. So, do we have the speckled sea trout in your area and sheephead? Yeah, absolutely. Our area is probably known as one of the best sea trout grass flats on the planet, honestly. Now, I think you can catch more in Louisiana and other places, but we have nothing but just flat grass flats here. Everybody comes here for the sea trout. They're not my favorite fish because they're a bit mushy, don't freeze well, but we do go out and target them from time to time. Sheephead, on the other hand, I do like. I like to spearfish for those, which I haven't got my fat butt in the water in forever, and I'm sure my wetsuit or nothing fits anymore. But do like sheephead. We used to make sheephead tacos all the time. Those fish are excellent for that. Typically, our sheephead get fired up here on the reefs and stuff around, it's like January, February is when we start really getting those. I see you're a bit south of us down there in Crystal River, but we've sure have them. But to be honest, me and Tiffany both, we like offshore fishing.
Oh yeah.
We really do. That's what we desire the most. Let's see here. Glenn says sheephead are on fire. I love them, but they're a pain to clean. I don't find them that difficult to clean because I bought a heavy duty serrated knife and I can fillet them just like a regular fish. Go right through the thick rib bones, scales, everything. But they were a pain until I got the right knife. That makes all the difference in the world. Does one of your IBC totes equal a cord of wood? Asked Robert. No, it does not. That equals 1/3 of a cord. That's the typical rule of thumb for a standard size IBC tote, and you've got to have it packed in there. It can't be loosely thrown, or that's about 1/4 of a cord, sometimes even a little less. So it takes 3 totes to equal 1 cord of wood. Let's scroll on down. David, I did not forget about you. Thank you so much for a very generous donation.
David.
Date night.
When's the last time we went anywhere on a date night?
Well, I mean, okay, here's our date nights. Hey, I got to run to Lowe's over in Tallahassee. Let's swing by Roadhouse or what's the other Italian joint that we eat at sometimes? Carrabba's or something like that. Let's go there. Probably the last date night. Well, we went with another couple, but to the Italian place in Tallahassee, the new place.
Yeah, that was like 3 or 4 months ago.
I was going to say 2 or 3 months ago, but you're right. It probably is 3 or 4 now. I'm thinking about it. We haven't had this little date night in a while. So thank you so very much, David. We kind of live in the middle of nowhere, and our date nights usually consist of, hey, you want to throw a steak on the grill this afternoon? Sure. Turn on a little music. We sit outside. So I guess we have a date night every night, don't we?
Yeah, we need one, and I have a perfect idea.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, a date night really should be neither of us cook, neither of us do dishes. That sounds like a date night.
Exactly.
All right, David, thank you so very much.
Thank
that was very thoughtful of you there. All right, we'll make sure we plan to do that. Mr. Doug used to do that all the time. Here's you got to
so nice,
take Tiffany out to dinner or fun or whatever the heck he was calling it. And I seriously took her out every single time.
Yeah.
I used to actually snap pictures and send to him. Here's the proof. All right, so Miss Lee, hey, that's a very interesting donation there. So for your first goat. All right, thank you so very much.
We gotta get one.
Yeah, I guess now we do. I guess we can tie it to the tree for a while till we get that fencing up.
Oh gosh.
Oh, thank you very much, Miss Lee. Always so kind, without a doubt. So, have you had any issues with all types of channels? I think it's stemmed right now about the time they tried to put out the new ad block system in. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Both Facebook and YouTube, they're completely separate, completely different way they do ads and all the other stuff. Sadly, we've seen pretty major impacts on views, income, everything over the last few months at about the same exact time on both channels. It was when Facebook was going from their regular business suite to this new thing called Meta. It was just horrific. It was a nightmare. You already know. A lot of y'all watches some on Facebook and just know that I despise the platform. It was just so not for content creators. And about the last probably 4 months, 3 4 months on YouTube now. Think about it. Yeah, we can't put our finger on what it is. Nobody's told us officially, what the heck's going on. But there's been a pretty significant drop in viewership, subscriptions, everything. I'm talking like 40 to 50% drop, very significant. So we are absolutely seeing it like a lot of other channels. Like I said, out of probably 12 channels I checked with a week or two ago, only one channel was actually seeing positive increase in views or anything else. And I'm talking some huge, very well-known channels. I was checking, some of them are down significantly month over month. So Lauren, I don't know what the heck's going on, to be honest with you. Obviously, you've got kind of more information than I do. And the few little contacts I have on with YouTube that I talk to, of course, there's no official response on any of this stuff. It's all speculation, but there's no denying everybody's
Got to roll
seeing.
with it.
You got to roll the punches. I've always said this industry is a roller coaster ride. I'm not lying to y'all whenever I say this is why we try to set up some stuff for the future. We're trying to be very smart about just even little things that we can do for income, for side hustles.
And that's why, we've made this into a business, and that's why we've had to make decisions on certain things that we're using on the channel and doing to kind of help bring us some more income to make it all work too.
And if something were to happen tomorrow, something major, or it continues to drop, we're going to have to start leaning heavy on some skill sets and other things that we can do, because honestly, I love working for myself. I love working from home. Now that I've got a really good taste of that, I don't think I ever want to go back to corporate America, even if that means I've got to go work some tough jobs of my own with equipment that I have and things that I'm investing in, and we're totally prepared to do that. Everybody should be prepared in some way, shape, or form for a little bit of a reset of things, so to speak. It seems like it's kind of happening all across the board in all industries. So, but the biggest thing you can do that we always preach, especially on our podcast channel, is first of all, just get your finances in order. That's the biggest relief there is for whenever we're seeing things like we're seeing right now. Being that we don't owe a ton of money out there, we can kind of invest in some side things and kind of ride out some of these roller coasters. And this isn't unusual. I've been in this industry for a few years now, and oh man, you'll have some months where you're like, we're doing great. This is awesome. And then it literally will be the next few months you're going, holy smokes, if this keeps up, I got to go start putting in applications. Roller coaster ride. But I guess that thrill of it and uncertainty is kind of what makes it so exciting and interesting too. There's a lot of things in life like that. Oh, let's see what else we got here. So somebody said goats. I'd rather try to fence in whitetails. Might be easier. Yeah, that is my concern with goats. Those little escape artists. You got to do certain.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, sure. It's gonna be fun for me. You got to do certain types of fencing. Yeah, they're little escape artists. They like to jump and climb and get out of everything. They like to get their head stuck in everything and their horns and everything else. Yeah,
Little Houdinis.
it's going to be interesting, but we love having animals, and we definitely want some more. And I'm reading somebody else's comment. Horns. I like the horns. No, goats is going to be something that we're definitely interested in. So am I going to take cash out behind the woodshed? If I have to, I absolutely will. If I have to, he better act right. Chris is the one that really needs to be taken out behind the woodshed for cash. All right, let's scroll on down here. I'm a mile behind. What else is there? Everybody's saying Adam's the man. Adam is the man.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. That's Mr. Jimmy talking to him. I love that blue. The shirts are really nice quality too. Which blue? Must be a blue shirt that you're looking at that we have.
I guess Kathy got one.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Kathy did. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was a
Cool.
blue color.
Good. Glad you like it.
Thank you, Miss Kathy. Jimmy says he likes the green. I like the
That's
green too.
awesome.
I want to get me a green in. The green and brown goes together well, even though the green's probably a bit dark for the logo. By the way, just Jimmy, I hope you can see that logo okay. Sometimes what we see and what we order is not the color we were
True.
expecting.
And unless we order every color of every shirt, we
That's
don't
right.
really know what it
So
looks
let me
like.
know
Yeah.
that green was the only one I was slightly concerned about, but brown and green goes together great. Plus, you're the hunter. I figured you could wear it in your deer stand. You should be wearing it right now, Mr. Jimmy. So Danny says I should expand the clay pit for a pond. You know what? That thought has crossed my mind because it's pure red slick clay all out there in the bottom of that and really would hold water, but I would have to go out there and clear out so much forest. I don't think I could do it. I love our trees. I love our property and our trails. I don't think I can go out there and cut all that stuff down to make a pond. I'd have to start somewhere that's already open, even if I had to haul clay in. Like I just don't think my heart would let me do it. So let's see here. Miss Kim says, Andrew, how do we get an Amazon link so when we shop, you get some proceeds? Thank you for bringing that up. And I want to say a huge thank you to everybody.
Yes,
We had
thank you.
we had a killer month last month. Thanks to y'all. I mean, a killer month. And this month I'll be honest with you. Amazon accepted us into a little bonus program, and if we do a certain amount, we qualify for a bonus in the month. So we're really excited about that. But we got a big goal to hit. So all you have to do is use the Amazon link that's down in this video, the live stream, all my descriptions.
Any videos, right?
Yep, any videos. And if you click on it, it takes you to our store where we try to put all our products in, or at least the ones we like. You don't have to go in and buy our products. That pulls you to an Amazon page. There's your search bar up top. So if you're looking for bed sheets, type in bed sheets, and it automatically tracks back to us. And as long as you check out within 24 hours of clicking on that link and putting something in the cart, we get a small commission. Like it's huge. It's actually a big part of our income. And the beautiful thing is, it does not cost you a dime extra. A lot of people I've noticed it'll open up their Amazon app if they're already using that. I just use a web browser. Is how I do my Amazon. But thank you so much for asking. That's not something else we push or promote unless y'all bring it up.
It's a huge help.
It is a huge help.
Thank you
A
so
lot of y'all have
much.
been using that. A lot of y'all used it last month. And I mean, it went from, I'll be honest with you, for the longest time, we'd make $100, $160 a month. And it's been like now covering vehicle insurance and gas and everything else like that every month. Like it makes a very big impact. So I can't thank
She
y'all
has
enough.
another part to the question.
Yes.
Does she have to go and click that link each time that
Yes,
she
you
uses?
do,
So,
because
yeah.
it's a trackable link
Yeah.
with what's called a cookie or something like that in there. And again, it's only good for 24 hours. So what you could do is bookmark that link, like say in your web browser. I don't know where you order from your phone, laptop, or whatever, but you have to physically. The good news is, even if you're doing it from your phone, just pull up anyone, just go to YouTube, pull up any one of our videos, click on the link, and now it's open on your phone if that's where you're trying to order from. If you're trying to order off of your laptop, a lot of people go through the computer, just bookmark our Amazon store page. And anytime you click and go into there, it's active for 24 hours, no matter what link you click. It can be a product that we put, or it could be our store. And then anything that you add to your cart. By the way, we don't get to see none of your personal information, nothing like that. And that's Amazon's way of just saying, here's you a few percent for bringing traffic to us, basically. Affiliate sales, whether you realize it or not, is a huge part of how most social media people, YouTubers and people on Facebook make income. It's a huge part of it. It really is.
See if there's a way that you can search people's like through the app, because I use the app instead of the web browser.
That's a very good question. I've never
But
tried searching it.
I just typed this in to see if there was a way that you could, go through our store. So I wonder if there's anything, if anybody knows on the app, that if I wanted to search somebody's particular store, and I don't know how you
We'll
would.
have to look into that. That's a good question. I've never
Yeah.
thought about it that way. But in the meantime, yeah, you got to just click on the link every time. But it's always in any one of our videos. So just open up your YouTube and use that. And y'all, we're not going to sit there and talk about this forever. Thank you, Miss Kim, for bringing that up. It means a lot. Again, we don't promote it or push it in videos or anything like that. But it is a huge help. I always tell everybody, we literally have to have about 5 or 6, 7 different revenue streams to make this kind of stuff work, to go through these ups and downs and ebbs and flows of YouTube and Facebook and all this stuff. There's never any guaranteed income in this business. That's one thing I've figured out. You better know how to budget and better know how to stick with a budget. That's for sure. So Glenn says, I've been pushing you guys through family group of channels. Maybe you get an uptake. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
sharing
Glenn.
and doing that. And let's see, somebody says, can't wait till the fence is up. Goats will eat any and everything. You can climb on each other, but they're also hilarious and funny. Like, I really want to build them a little
Playground.
playground out there with some tires and some of these big old tree stumps that I get. They ain't got to go to firewood. Some of these ones I get this big, go put them some stair step stumps out there.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It'd be fun. I have a feeling goats is actually, they're worth a lot of money here, especially we're not far from big city, and a lot of people do raise and sell them as livestock, which is what I'm thinking. But the way we're already talking and smiling here, I have always said farm animals are never supposed to be pets. I have a feeling our goats are going to be our pets, especially if y'all watch the content. Then I have a feeling that we can't say so-and-so goat no longer with us. had to bring some money in.
I'm not really attached to the chickens as much as I thought I was going to be. I mean, they're kind of,
well,
I could see the goats being a lot different.
The chickens are obviously not my pets. I'm not in there picking them up and holding them, but I think it's easy to deal with the chickens because we know that we're not going to, other than the roosters that we had to take care of, we know we're not going to take care of any of the chickens in there. Freezer camps, what I'm saying, because we want them to stay alive. We want them to produce eggs. But yeah, those aren't really cuddly and cute. Although chickens are kind of funny to watch. I think if we had them out more, free range and grazing, they are kind of goofy and funny to watch. But goats are hilarious. I want some fainting goats. Those are absolutely hilarious. Let's see here. Miss Lee.
Yeah, I was going to tell you to go to her.
Her latest electric bill was $55.
Wow.
They put in solar, and she said quite a bit of difference from the 700 plus they were paying.
Different.
So your system is paying you back beautifully. You're in one of the few states to where those type of systems pay back perfectly. Y'all get the good tax credits. Your electricity is so expensive. They just make perfect sense there. In our states, unless it's a DIY or off-grid system, they penalize you so much. We have relatively cheap electric rates. They just don't make sense here. So one of the more popular videos I made recently was talking about how those net metering systems are, at least in our states, kind of what I was referring to, they're just not worth it. We got too much political stuff going here, too much behind the scenes stuff, and there's people coming in and financing this stuff and selling it for outrageous amounts of money just to knock down a $200 a month electric bill. A $700 a month electric bill, oh yeah, that system's absolutely going to pay you back. Plus, you said you got an electric car, you're probably charging that from home, so now you're kind of actually getting around for free. See, in your particular circumstance, your state's super positive for that stuff. Makes perfect sense. So I'm happy for you. That's a heck of a decrease right there. All right, somebody says watch Hidden Heights Farm. I think I have watched a couple of their videos. It's been a long time though. But when we get into goats, we'll definitely check them out. Trying to see what we got going on here. Wasn't worried about. Nick says wasn't worried about shopping through your Amazon link. Thank y'all so much. We don't push it. But as long as y'all bring it up, we'll absolutely talk about it. This is kind of more private stuff we talk about on live streams, but we only bring it up when y'all do. So thank y'all so much for talking about that. Let's see what else we got going on here. Daniel's goats are right, and his our Kiko meat goats. Oh yeah, I've been watching Daniel's goats for years, which he tend to kind of. I mean, so I guess that's a good point. Daniel has figured out how to make content. Family friendly videos, fun stuff with goats, but then he also still sells them and flips them and does agriculture and stuff, livestock, so to speak, out of the deal too. So we're gonna have to probably try to learn from him and some of the stuff that he's done there once we start getting us a little small herd as well. So do we have a livestock sale barn there? What's the sale barn?
Yeah, it's just like a auction, like a
like an animal auction. I'm thinking it's something you build on site. I was like, I've been country a whole lot, but I don't know what the sale barn is on the property. Yeah, we just call those livestock auctions here. So yeah, we do, the closest one is actually in this county, but it's a long ways away on the other side of the county. That's a very big and popular one. And then now I've started hearing if you'll go all the way to Jacksonville, which is a long drive from us, and I don't want to drive in that big city, but I've heard stuff's you can actually go over there and sell for really good there, but you can buy cheap around here for your own home, grow stuff, and then go to these bigger auctions and sell. But yep, we actually have one that I would say is probably about 45 minutes away from us that's been running since I was a kid. But we just refer to them as livestock auctions around here. And that's where we'll go get our goats and all, unless we find somebody with some for sale locally. Heck, we can get on Facebook Marketplace and other places like that and look at them. Holy smokes, we already been yakking over an hour.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's catch one more. Let's catch one more comment, and then we're going to run outside, check the chickens, see if we do get any last eggs, play fetch with Ruger down in the dark, and kind of wrap it up. So let's see what the last one was on here we want to catch. All right, we're not going to talk about Amazon again. I'm sure you're tired of hearing about that. So we'll just answer Andrew and Sankey's. Do we watch Ryan Hall? Absolutely. Love Ryan Hall's channel, and I watch Weatherman Plus. I think those guys do a fantastic job. Whenever the hurricanes start getting real close and hitting, I like Ryan's live streams. We watch that a lot. That's turned into our new weather channel. We watched him all through the last Hurricane Adelia. I really like what they do. I like how their team goes out.
The one that had the live streams around here.
Well, but he sends crews here, and they're the ones that put the cameras out at
so that was really interesting how he posted up the cameras, and you can switch back and forth and look at them. It's
better than the Weather Channel, I honestly thought. And the other
yeah.
thing I like about what Ryan does, all the donations and stuff that he gets, he puts on credit cards. They go, he gives it to all his in-field correspondents, is what we'll call them. They'll actually go out and help people, bless people. Their guys will actually stop running up and down the roads recording, which is what they really need to be doing, and then they'll stop help people, and they'll let the content go. Like I got a lot of mad respect for Ryan Hall. I love watching him. If none of y'all or some of y'all are not watching him, it's called Ryan Hall, y'all. Very well-spoken guy. He covers everything, all the weather across the entire United States, tropical, blizzards. He's year-round. YouTube has just become our go-to source of, watching things now. Satellite TV, all that stuff's dead. Weather Channel, all that stuff, man. I really like supporting people that are doing stuff like Ryan Hall on YouTube. All right, well, I guess we're going to wrap it up. I'm already getting hoarse. I've yacked for an hour and 6 minutes. Thank y'all so very much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. Next week, we'll get back to some cooking, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll have to see. We will potentially have to cancel a few live streams here coming up over the next couple months for Thanksgivings and Christmases. I can't think of the dates just yet or if that'll actually happen, but we'll keep you informed. But thank y'all so much for spending your time with us. Don't forget, lots of people need your thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
A lot of people struggling, going through some stuff right now, y'all. Thank you to those of you that blessed us tonight doing what you're doing. All of y'all that support and watch us, it means the absolute world to us. Good night. God bless. We'll catch you on the next one.
Good night.
See ya.